because Ernesto needs to jump
Okay.
in some minutes.
Okay.
Are we all okay that I'm recording this meeting?
Yes.
Awesome. I see all thumbs up.
I'm just gonna get some water, but keep going.
Sure. Okay. So I can share you the documentation for that single user research that happened. And it was very useful, first to myself, because I had many ideas of things that I already knew that were broken or that need improvement, but it opened my eyes to other use cases or complaints or, and I captured everything. And then once we had all the feedback, then we prioritize like, okay, so these are bugs, this is nice to have, and then things that like improvements. And then we prioritize each of those categories. And then we created Jira tickets, and then we made it happen. So it was eye-opening for most people that did not know about user research, and they were like, oh, wow. So, and it was a way of formalizing what we designers already know that is not working, or like, hey, but only, high level people might realize when they actually see the users doing that. So like, oh, okay, so we actually need to do this. Yeah. So it was very helpful at that time. But then time, things, priority, scaling, blah, blah, blah. We did not create another formal user research. We could do that. The thing is when to do that, because last year I talked with JR, planning, but then again, things, blah, blah, blah. So,
Yeah.
Was it yesterday, Ernesto and I had a call with Virginia about the UX of the website. And what I was thinking the whole time is just user research would solve all of these questions. There were a lot of things that she felt like she was guessing on, that she was getting pushback from others. And
what was that meeting?
That was that yesterday. She just wanted our opinion on some things she was struggling with in the process of moving the website to Webflow and wanting to make some improvements to it. And it seemed like doing some user research would be a great way to get concrete answers to things that she was trying to prove, but didn't really have data to back up. So I'm wondering, I mean, I don't want to overcomplicate things, but is this something that is best served within our small team, or should we be involving everybody who it affects?
Well, actually, yeah. You mean this meeting or the user sessions?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, both, I guess.
No,
I mean, not necessarily this specific meeting, but it seems like this is something that other teams are also struggling with. So it might be nice to hear where they think the gaps are in user research as well.
Yeah, well, this meeting was optional for other designers, and
they're not here.
They're not here, so
I think it also goes beyond just designers, because this is not an individual effort that we can lead. We're definitely going to need the support of engineering to track a bunch of the things, to develop tools for A/B testing, for doing all the things that we're not currently doing. We are going to need certain infrastructure in place. So I guess what Vio was talking about is a clear example. Like, there are some opinions on how we should name some things for our main nav, but the opinions are not just educated guesses. There's no data behind them. So it's really hard to push back because, well, we are all guessing, I guess. It's just to see which guess is better.
Are we, a question I have right now for
I mean, for both client instances, but also even for things like the main Bebby website and stuff like that. Is there any specific like analytics or analytic tools besides generic Google Analytics that we've leveraged using at all
I
recently?
think we barely have analytics. That's our reality. And actually, that's one of the things that we ask with Kali from Avi to get access to the analytics of the website. And, you know, I don't know how we're doing with analytics in our virtual platform or front-end pages or our dashboard. But like all of that should
We don't-
exist in some place
yeah.
for us to be able to look at it, right? So
Yeah, I think especially as if we're trying to make a big push for the company as a whole to go more towards a UX mindset. I mean, I think that's definitely something that we should all be at the very least, the designers should have access to for sure. But you know, with more time, maybe get more people involved as well and things like that. But I think that's definitely a big space. And I bring this up because there's, you know, obviously there's a lot of really neat tools. Like if we were to integrate Mixpanel, for example, Mixpanel is really good at setting up user A/B testing, you know, different things like that, which could be very useful. There's also other like screen maps that I've used. I think one was called Crazy Egg before, that kind of gives you an overview of where your users are going based on like a heat map, how much, which parts of the screen get viewed more, you know, different things like that. So there is a lot of cool tools. There's a lot of cool tools that don't require too much from engineering to set up.
I think
That might be a good way to get quick, easy wins.
For the website, at some point we use Hotjar or something like that, but then not sure if we are still using it or not. But from marketing, you know.
So how do you all feel? If this isn't useful, then we don't need to do it, but I feel like we're touching on all sorts of really good questions here that I think would be nice to capture.
Yeah, I think
And-
I needed a little background, but now I can see maybe we should just write this stuff down. So
Yeah.
we
Yep.
could say-
I think they're all important. And Ernesto, if you have to leave, if you could just come back at some point to add yours so that we don't miss those. And I'm hearing that this should go beyond this, which is great. That's awesome. Because that was definitely one of the key points, is that everyone needs to be involved. We could stick this all down now. And if I just give people a chance to think about all those different things for at least 5 minutes, where we're each doing it simultaneously. And then we can go from there about how do we want to prioritize talking about it, or what most jumps out at us, but let's start there.
Did anyone pick a color for the notes, or is it whatever?
It's whatever. There's no
Oh.
need to have your own color.
Okay.
Unless you want to see where you're doing yours and claim that and tell everybody, and then we won't touch your color, but are we doing? Do people feel they need more time? Who is ready to stop?
I can go on and on and on.
Let me give it a few more minutes. All right, I'm gonna stop it. So feel free to keep adding as they come up. So now I thought what we could do is each of us could go through and look, if we see two things that seem like they're the same thing, just group those Post-its together, and then you could move the other ones a little bit further away. And that might just help us see what's overlapping. We'll just take a couple minutes to do that. All right. I think that's as far as I can group things. How about you all? Yeah, okay. So now I think just for the sake of figuring out what to start talking about first. I've got these little dots up here. For this one, you do need to pick a specific color. And you get 3 dots total. And so put the dots either all on one or on 3 different things of what you'd like to talk about first.
Only 3?
Yep. I mean, we'll get to it all, but not today. It's a way for us to begin.
I'll take the orange.
So yeah, put your name on whatever color you take, just so somebody knows.
Lisa, is there a way, a setting that where I can change the zoom direction? You know, I click command and then I move the mouse or the trackpad. I want to do it the other way and I can't find the setting. No need to do that now, but just,
Yeah, I'll have to explore that.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think I'm done.
Oh, I've got one more to do. Putting my smack in the middle of those two. Okay. I'm done. David and Carly, you just let me know when you're done.
I'm ready.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so let's see, which ones have the most dots then? I think we've got 3 up here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. And okay, so let's go with, I put my blue dot in the middle, so I don't know if that's fair, but it was kind of like wanting to combine all both. Is it findable and is it useful? So we're gonna do time check here because we have 8 minutes left.
8 minutes.
Yeah. And so what we could do is wrap this up today, get Ernesto to put his 3 dots in here, and then start discussing these 3. We're like, looks like we're gonna have 4 different things we could discuss next time we meet. How's
Sounds
that
good.
sound?
Actually, and then we could use these final minutes so I can show you what we did that
Yeah.
time.
Okay, sounds
Okay.
great.
Let me find it. Wait.
Okay. Great. Well, thanks all for hopping on Miro. Appreciate that.
Research, user testing. I find it. Okay, so I can share my screen. Can you?
Yep,
stop
I will
sharing?
stop sharing.
All right.
Yes.
Share. Okay, you should be seeing my Google Doc. Okay, I'm gonna share this with you. Diggy. Right now. Copy. David. Okay, notify people. Okay, so 2018. So what I have here, I have the summary. This is like of course, the summary of all the work. Oh, anniversary, April, May. Okay. So here's the explanation of what we did. The platform was very new, so there were not so many features. There was no PEPE Virtual, of course, the in-person events were in. So we only tested these actions: log in, create an event, RSVP or purchase a ticket, create an email to promote the event, add a partner to a chapter, and then edit your profile. That's it. And then 2 final questions like, why wouldn't you recommend Neti, or why would you recommend Neti? And we did 50% experience and 50% new users. We interviewed these people from these clients. And then each of these people have their links to their video recording.
This is nice, Marcia. I know I've seen this before, but
yeah, so I add here, hey, this is a new user and it's a director, right? So there was difference between if it was a, regular director or if it was part of HQ, so they have more tools to see, right?
Yep.
Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then this is barely what from all the conversations that we have, we identified 2 people only, like one that is more tech savvy and another one that is not tech savvy.
Yeah.
That's the only difference between all those people that we could find.
Okay, I don't remember seeing that before. That's actually,
Oh, okay.
Um,
So, like
did you break
middle-aged.
that down into percentage at all, or they were like pretty 50-50?
I think I mentioned it in I don't know
Somewhere
if
there?
here, yeah, somewhere
Yep.
I mentioned who was, yeah, in each individual report is like, okay, this is marked as bad persona, or yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so middle-aged, community leader, busy, tech savvy, problem solver, creative. I'm all about the process, trying to be a team player. Oh,
Okay.
I like having templates. Well, like, okay.
Yep.
Okay, and then from all the interviews, we identified quick wins, like small fixes that this never happened until today. So you were wondering, hey, we don't have user test. Yeah, we like things are not happening. So
Yeah.
okay, in progress. Okay.
So that's a good, okay, this is good because it's making me think of other questions to ask.
Gosh.
Like, if we do the user testing, then what's going to happen with it? And,
Okay, so
This setup looks perfect. Like this is exactly what I would do. I just wish it was, I guess, being done more regularly, or especially now that we have a totally different platform.
anyway, so
From those interviews that you guys did back then, were those also like you had the interviewees go through the actual platform as well?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you can take a look at the videos.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hi, how are you? Huh? And then like all yours, we just kept silent, and we encouraged the user to speak out loud what they were thinking, or like, and then, oh my God, this is still in review. Like, okay, I need to go again and check what was done or not. And the good, like, until one point, I insisted, like when I finished this, and then I created a ticket, and then I pursued like, okay, is this being done? And at some point I gave up. Maybe I could go again like this and review what was not done and why, and it should, if it's applicable for today, right? Because the
right. That's
platform
what I'm
change.
thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then things I marked some things as nice to have. Let's see. Okay, and then listed the things that were actually merged, like event creation. People get confused when they reach to this section. They don't know what they have hit to the button. Please refer to individual report. Okay, so I listed the problem, and then of course you have the video and the minute where that happens. Okay, so there were some things that were merged. Nice, nice. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice. And then this I marked as major improvements, like where people were saying, oh, I wish we had a whatever new feature that was, okay, this is a separate thing, like major improvements and things that I think we still don't have in place, like ticket refunds. I'm not sure what the state of that is today. Emails is a big one for us. So analytics, of course, as you know, we're trying to get, of course, now we have the data team and we're trying to get a third party for analytics. So that's in progress. And then opportunities in designing features. Okay, multi-filters for chapters, ideas again. Walk around with tooltips. This is no news for us, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. And notes of observations. All experienced organizers we interviewed from MuleSoft and Atlassian had the same speech when we asked them why they would recommend Debbie. is what the community is using, a consistent branded platform. Most people don't use featured attendees. We need to improve this as per the, like featured attendees is a problem. It's always been a problem. Users don't read any text,
Mhm.
even placeholders. Yeah. So that's why we need to keep on making these tweaks to make it more user-proof, especially because our wide target audience. We experience a difference between elder users and the rest, which are under 35-55. They could achieve the task requested, but took much longer. Conclusion, users are pretty happy with the platform. We think we need to keep on improving our core features such as ticket purchase, event creation, and also we need to improve emails, communication between leaders and their community. And then some quotes, which were nice. So all this work took a couple of months, not so many, but it was very insightful for the rest of the company and for myself as well, with all these findings. So I encourage you to take a look, not spend too much time watching all the videos, but if you want to just see how we delineate the interviews. But yeah, so it was very useful at that time because the platform was pretty much new. So yeah, the question, the question will be, if we were going to, start a new batch of user testing, what would we do? Who would we test? And we would need to frame it differently than this one.
I mean, you definitely want to identify a problem first that, obviously you want to test specifically about. But one thing that I did want to just quickly mention is that, based on from what you're saying, Marcela, about everything from the past and the way that things have gone, obviously, and obviously it's hard to do this when the company is moving so fast, but I feel like one of the hardest parts of UX is just you have to get more than just the designers on board and into a UX mindset.
Yeah.
So I think that's gonna be the big major hurdle more than anything, I feel like.
Yeah.
But the other thing is that, maybe we can first identify how can we get, some easy wins in terms of being able to grab some data from actual users. What is something quick that we could do that wouldn't require too much work from engineering, that can start giving us some data. Because I think once data starts coming in and once other people start seeing like, oh, look at this data that we're getting, and this is actually useful. That's one of the things that kind of helps convert people to actually start thinking more about oh, we should really start paying more attention to this kind of thing,
Yeah.
So, that might be, as something as simple as a, 5 choice, how was your experience at the end of an event or something like that, or an email survey that we can send out, or just, something of the sort, just like I said, just to start getting some sort of feedback coming in.
I know that from CMX side, Beth is doing those questions, but having more, data from the actual use would be, much insightful, because users can say, yes, I like it, or no, I don't like it. But then another thing is seeing the actual what they actually did, right? But yeah, agree that we would need to find a way of showing and capturing that data so that other stakeholders can say, hey, this is important.
Yeah, that's great. And I just put that on a Post-it just to add that piece because I thought that was important. All right, so this felt helpful to me. Thank you so much. Our time's up. And I am, of course, happy to meet again about this. So if you all are too, I will put it on the books. Unless you think we should wait till next month's meeting, Marce?
We can
'Cause I don't want to add too many meetings to people.
Yeah, we can make a middle 30 minutes meeting as an extension of this one. And
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to need longer if people are okay with it. It sounds like there's energy for this discussion.
yeah, so we can wait for Ernesto to catch up and then
Yep.
we'll schedule.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Regarding.